Hi there, Tracy here with Not Afraid of Color, and I am a new member to the Oh So Inspired team, and I'm so excited today. And I wanted to show you that I am inspired by Danny of Danny's Dreams and her little heart-shaped card. And what I've done is I've incorporated a heart, and I have incorporated coffee because hearts and coffee, we love it. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm excited to be and honored to be on the Oh So Inspired team this year, and I can't wait to get going. So I'm starting off with this little piece of ephemera from Not Too Shabby Shop and a couple of color pencils, kind of in a pink tone, so that I can bring that little gnome into my papers that I've chosen, also from Not Too Shabby Shop. And then I've got a piece of brown paper that I'll make the card base, and I'm making a 5x5 square card. So I've got my little gnome here, but I really want to bring in some color here because he's just neutrals, browns and whites. And so I'm bringing in my pink pencils and just kind of coloring in the hat. And just kind of going, on the shading side with the kind of darker shade of pink and then filling in with the lighter shade of pink. And a subtle color. I didn't want to go crazy on color. I just wanted that little pop there to kind of go with the papers that I chose for the card. So in Danny's card, she doesn't have a focal point. Her heart is the focal point. But I really wanted to bring these little coffee gnomes in. I just love these guys. They're so adorable. And then I'll add a little bit of pink here to his little sweater sleeves and a little bit to his socks. Because who says a gnome can't wear pink? And that's it. I'm not coloring anything on his beard. Everything's perfect on this one. You will see later that I do cut off some of the white. That's just the nature of me. It's what I do with most ephemera, is I leave some white, but I cut a lot of it off. So there's my finished gnome. He's ready to go. Everything else is simple. I have everything already cut out, and I've cut out a heart shape, and I've cut out a shadow layer. So this is the same size. So I'm going to make this more like a drop shadow, almost like it's a box of candy. And we'll go ahead and get this laid down and decide how deep I want it to be, because I do want it to fit on my 4 3/4 and 4 3/4 square here. So I'll go ahead and glue those together, and then I'll glue them down to the square. And this is a fairly simple card. And looking back at Danny's card and her center heart, it almost looks like she stamped and colored all of the images on the inside of it. If she did, bravo. That's a lot of work. If it's already pattern paper, then it's already pattern paper. It's still beautiful. Okay, so I decide I just want a tiny little bit of a border here off to the left and top. Get those good and stuck together. And so I've got a pattern paper background, and I do need to, this is a 5x5 square card, so I do need to put something on the inside of that card. And then I'm going to use this plaid pattern here for the outside. I'm going to use a very pale pink for the inside, and I'll just trim that down so that it fits inside, so that there's a place for somebody to write their personal message. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with the team this year. A lot of people are going to be inspired by other team members' projects, so this ought to be a lot of fun. And it if, say mine gets selected, then I'll do a variation of whatever inspiration I found in my own stuff. So I've got that, and then I've got this little strip of this pattern paper that I feel like I want to put inside too, just to bring the outside to the inside. Want to make sure that I'm doing the proper side of the paper. Breaks my heart to lose this side of the paper, but it is what it is. At least we get choices, right? So I'll go ahead and stick this down, leaving about a 1/4 inch at the bottom just to kind of give it a decorative element. And then once I'm sure that's good and stuck down, I'll go ahead and trim off the excess. Here we go. All right, that's ready to go. Now we can complete putting this card together. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down my background piece here onto the base of the card. Words are hard this morning. Okay. So, struggling with my glue here a little bit. It's not happy because it's cold here. And I don't keep heat in my craft room unless I'm in there. So, but I'm thinking about making little cozies for my glue. What do you guys think? You think that's a good idea? You know, for our glues that are sensitive to cold. Okay, so I'm ready with my heart. I'm going to go ahead and pop that up on some foam tape. And this is some low profile, so it's just a 1 millimeter. Maybe it's a 2 millimeter. I'm not sure. It's a low profile foam tape. I'm just going to put 3 pieces because it's 1 inch wide. It's not too much work to do that. Honestly, sometimes, you know, you're using a bunch of teeny tiny ones and you're spending a ton of time just picking off all the little backers. I've got some stuff stuck here. I'm not going to worry too much about it. That's from another project I was working on. I didn't even notice it was there. I'll just put that extra piece right there on the roll of foam tape, and that's what I do with all my little scraps and things. I just put them on the side of the roll and grab them when I need them. So just pull the backers off, and I'll lay this little heart down. And I don't have any idea where I got the heart dies. There's some things in my stash from long ago, before I was really heavily into card making, that I bought, you know, to go with one of my, what are those things you wind around? Never mind. We'll get that out later. So I put some glitter on the hat, and I wasn't so crazy about that. So that little Nuvo pen off to the side sometimes spits out way more than I meant it to. And sometimes I can't get anything out. I don't know. Do you guys ever have that problem? Oh, that thing I was thinking of, you know, the die cutting machine. That thing. Words. So what I'll do to kind of remedy that over glittering there, which it's still pretty. I'm not mad at it, but I wish it hadn't gone so far. So I pop the little gnome up, and then I'm going to add some little sort of pink embellishment here. And I'm just going to add them randomly. So I'll go 3 over here. And I like to do small, medium, and large when I'm doing these. I'll do 1 here. I'll do 1 down here, 1, 2, maybe 3 down here. Just to add some extra shine to the card. And then I'm looking at it and I decide it's uneven there. But first, to remedy some of that glittery look, I'm going to take my glossy accents and go over all the coffee beans on the little gnome's hat. And then I'll do the gnome's eyes and nose. The only thing about doing that is that when you try to take a photograph, sometimes certain angles it looks really strange. So there's that. So we got his nose and his eyes. Look at, oh my gosh, is that gnome just the cutest thing you ever saw? Okay, yep, I need 1 more little sequin, little flat sequin right up here. I feel out of balance without it. There, now I'm happy. Now we're done. And so this is, you know, just kind of a note card that you could give to a friend. It will fit in a 5x7 envelope. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up. And I'll have everything I use listed down below. Here again is my inspiration from Danny of Danny's Dreams. And here's a couple of still images of my little gnome card. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching our videos. This is a hop, so I hope that you will hop along. And the hop link is listed down below. Bye-bye.